Hello, my name is Keitha Hamann, and I am Associate Professor of Music Education at the University of Minnesota. I am also Chair of the Community Engagement Leadership Team, a group founded in 2009 to advance the integration of public engagement activities into the scholarly and teaching missions of the School of Music. In this role, I have witnessed how adhering to some basic principles of community engagement can lead to more opportunities to share musical experiences, and it is these principles that we will discuss today. Everyone comes from multiple communities. We come from large towns and small towns. We participate in teams, bands, choirs, and other activities. We move among different groups of friends. Each community has its own unique culture comprised of the unique behaviors of the group. Two small towns in northern Minnesota might seem to have a lot in common, yet each community has its own traditions and significant events. Think for a moment about your own town or family or high school or friends. What makes your community special to you? What are some of your favorite traditions? Did you develop your own unique shorthand for communication? Language, traditions, and values comprise the culture that sets communities apart. Anytime we move into a new school, neighborhood, or town, we move into a new community. And it is important to our future success to understand and incorporate aspects of community into our teaching. Importance of community is reflected in teacher preparation standards for each state. In my home state of Minnesota, the word community or communities is mentioned 15 times in the teacher preparation standards. When you have the opportunity, check out your state's standards to discover how many times the word community appears in these standards. Music programs often reach out to community to build audiences or raise money. This kind of reaching out is called advocacy, and communities can be rich sources of information and assistance for our music programs. Understanding the culture of a community can help make a teacher more effective in developing opportunities for students to learn. Understanding what makes a community unique can be useful in relating to students and in differentiating instruction. While these are all effective ways to connect music programs to the community, they primarily benefit the music program and the music teacher without considering the needs of the community. What would happen if we fully collaborated with our various communities to find common needs or address common issues? When we talk about cultural competency in the field of education, the typical features of a group or community are emphasized and often reported in averages. This is a good start, but no one is average. There are subtle differences between communities that may seem very similar at the surface level. To build a lasting relationship within any community requires that one come to know and understand a community at the deep level. This is where the practice of community engagement becomes useful, as some of the most promising practices in this field can also help music educators to develop rich relationships with their various communities. I will share with you 3 of these principles: exchange of knowledge, reciprocity, and mutual benefit. Exchange of knowledge emphasizes the many sources of knowledge within a community. Each partner has something valuable to share, and each partner should be valued for sharing. Reciprocity means that the knowledge and resources of both partners are involved in all stages of a project. Partners share in planning, implementing, and assessing a project. A project should work to benefit both partner and school equally. This mutual benefit values the needs of all partners and seeks to balance these needs through the course of the project. Getting to know a new community requires research and making connections. Research requires you to be a bit of a history detective. Use resources and observations to see if you can find out more about the community. What are the significant traditions of that community? Who are the significant historical figures? What role has the music program traditionally played within the school or community? What does this community value? Make connections within the community. In a school, go to the teacher's lounge or an athletic event and have conversations with different people. Ask people what they think is important about this community and what they know about traditions and people within the community. Listen carefully to the answers and observe how the community functions, strengths and weaknesses, and begin to identify how you could potentially fit within the community. As you begin to work with a partner, identify shared needs, goals, or values. Using a Venn diagram is one way to see where your perspectives and the perspectives of a partner intersect. Balanced community engagement requires that both your needs and the needs of your partner receive equal consideration. While you must be considerate of your partner's needs, it is also important that you advocate for your program's needs as well. Community engagement brings shared opportunities. For example, a teaching artist residency can provide new experiences for students while providing an artist with an opportunity to share their craft. Guest performers and joint concerts provide other mechanisms for sharing and opportunities for reciprocal collaboration. Community engagement requires persistence and creativity, collaboration, and mutual respect. But the work also provides opportunity to re-envision music leading and learning for the 21st century.